Welcome to the Mobile Home Friend YouTube channel. I am Charles Odell, and this is your primary resource for everything manufactured housing. Whether you are tackling a full remodel like the one you see here, or just looking for honest advice on repairs and financing, we provide the data and technical deep dives you need to succeed. Our mission is simple: to help you save money and improve your home through first principles logic and transparent cost breakdowns. For the full technical guides and even more resources, visit us at mobilehomefriend.com.
Welcome to another deep dive from Mobile Home Friend. Today, we are looking at mobile home foundation repair, and this is all based on our latest research at mobilehomefriend.com. Now, look, foundation issues can feel like one of the scariest problems a homeowner can face, but here's the good news: they are almost always fixable. So we've laid out this guide to walk you right from diagnosis all the way to a solution, so you can feel totally confident about what to do next. We're going to cover the warning signs, why this happens in the first place, what it might cost, whether you should do it yourself or hire a pro, and finally, how this all protects your investment. Okay, let's dive into this.
So how do you even know if you have a problem to begin with? Well, your home has ways of telling you. It gives you these clear signals. And trust me, catching these signs early can save you thousands of dollars down the road.
You know that one creak you always hear? Or that door that suddenly sticks for no reason? Yeah, that isn't just your house getting older. It could be a really serious warning. These are often the very first signs that your home's frame is under stress because the foundation is shifting. Paying attention now can save you a fortune later.
As we noted on the site, our founder Chuck Odell, who has personally stabilized over 100 properties, says these are the 4 big ones to watch for. Sticking doors? That's usually the first and clearest sign. And if you see cracks popping up around the frames, well, that's your house literally screaming for relief. But that last one, pooling water, that's a huge red flag. It points directly to the root cause of most of these issues. Whatever you do, don't ignore them.
Now, what's really interesting is that the problem usually isn't with the home itself. It's almost always about what's happening in the ground underneath it. Your foundation is just reacting to those changes, and figuring out why is the absolute key to a permanent fix. And just look at this. It paints a really clear picture. The biggest culprit by a long shot is a mix of soil and water, 60%. Moisture is the #1 enemy of a stable foundation. You get these expansive soils, poor drainage, and you've got a recipe for trouble. Of course, a bad initial setup from day one can also cause headaches for years.
So this stuff, expansive clay soil, is pretty common in a lot of places. And it's constant movement. It's like a slow-motion earthquake for your home's support system. That's exactly why routine checks are so important. So, now that we kind of get the cause, let's talk about the part everyone's wondering about: the repair costs. All right, this is the section everybody wants to see. How much is this going to set me back? The numbers can seem a little intimidating at first, but once you understand the different types of repairs, you can figure out what you're really looking at. So, that national average for standard repair is right around $5,100. But, and this is a big but, that number can swing wildly. We're talking from a couple thousand all the way up to $15,000 or more for really major work. It all just depends on how bad the problem is and what method you need to fix it.
This table breaks it down perfectly, from a simple adjustment to a complete overhaul. Releveling, that's your most common and affordable fix. But installing new steel piers, that's a more permanent and, more expensive solution for serious problems. And here's the most important thing you need to hear about this. Your standard homeowner's insurance almost never, ever covers these costs. This is probably going to be an out-of-pocket expense.
Now, if you do get into these bigger repairs, you're going to hear contractors throw around terms like push piers and helical piers. What's the difference? Well, simply put, push piers are driven into the ground using the home's own weight, while helical piers are basically screwed into the earth like a giant corkscrew. If you want the full technical breakdown, the details on our Mobile Home Friend website are absolutely essential reading before you hire anyone. Okay, so this brings us to a huge decision point. Can you tackle this yourself, or is it time to call in the experts? My advice here is pretty straightforward. You have to know your limits. A botched DIY repair can cause way more damage than the original problem. Honestly, our advice is simple. For 99% of homeowners, this is a job for a licensed professional. Period. I mean, if you've got one single, easy-to-reach rotted wood shim, maybe. But for anything involving more than a 1-inch adjustment, or if you ever plan to sell your home, a pro is mandatory. Lenders actually require a contractor certification for financing, so it's not even really a choice at that point. And please don't just hire any old foundation company. Make sure, and I mean make sure, they specialize in manufactured homes. The systems are totally different from site-built houses. You need to ask these key questions. What's your warranty? And is it transferable to a new owner? And number 3, the most important one, can you provide an FHA certification when you're done? That last one is absolutely non-negotiable.
So let's try to reframe this for a second. Foundation repair isn't just an expense you have to deal with. It's a direct investment in your home's equity. This is all about protecting what is likely your biggest financial asset. Ignoring the problem is a direct threat to your investment. It's that simple. The minute an appraiser sees signs of settling, your home's value takes an immediate hit. Even worse, it could get flagged as unfinanceable for government-backed loans, which just crushes your pool of potential buyers. It will cost you way more in lost equity than the repair itself.
And this visual right here really drives the point home. This is the payoff. A certified repair doesn't just fix some cracks in the drywall, it restores your home's market value. It makes it a secure, financeable asset again. You're not just spending money on a repair, you're literally restoring and protecting tens of thousands of dollars in your home's equity.
So the crucial point, the main takeaway from all of this, is to see this repair not as a cost, but as an investment in the very bedrock of your home's value. It's the difference between a house with ongoing problems and a stable home that's going to hold its value for years and years to come.
Thanks for watching. For more guides and the full article on this topic, head over to mobilehomefriend.com. Don't forget to check the links in the description below.
Thanks for watching. For more technical guides on this topic, click the link to see the in-depth article over at mobilehomefriend.com. There are many more informational dives into manufactured home topics to investigate and keep your project moving forward.